Welcome back. Anyways, I have a little irritation to throw out there for y'all. As it gets warmer and you start driving out and around and going to stores and going to the city, because I don't live in a city, I live in the woods, as far away from as many people as possible. But when you start getting into more populated areas, you begin to notice the people on the street, the ones holding signs, asking for help. Some say out of work, looking for food or work, will work for food. Some saying homeless, anything will help. Some are veterans that have fallen through the system and are homeless and living on the edges of society, right in front of society. I am not a rich person, not by any stretch of the imagination. I live on Social Security, which pays, well, not very good. I mean, it pays better than state welfare, and I can certainly make ends meet a little bit easier than I could before. But still, you know, talking about $1,000 a month to live on. Now, some people's rents are $1,000 a month. Actually, a lot of people around here are either around that range or $1,200 or $1,500. I know in New Hampshire it's a lot worse. They have no income tax, so they get you with property tax and with high rent. So you're kind of fucked no matter what you do. And so I see these people, and you know, if I have $1, I give it to them. If I have change, I give it to them. If I have a sandwich with me that I was eating and I have like half of it, I give it to them. I give bottle returns to them. You know, if I felt safe enough, I would offer them shelter. But again, I'm on Section 8, so I'm not even allowed to have other people living with me. It's kind of a weird rule. I don't like this. You know, I thought we were better than this. Like, better people, really. I mean, if you think about it and you read anything about what's going on in our country, you see that there are more empty homes than there are homeless people. What? You know? What the hell is that? Why are there empty homes and people not living in them? Well, because the banks own them. And that was a pretty nasty little trick. And you know, a lot of people lost their entire lives, their entire livelihood gone because some shysty mortgage and loan and bank company pulled some fast ones. My parents lost their house, and you know, granted, yes, they signed the papers and you know, you're supposed to understand what's going on, but I went with my parents when they signed on their last mortgage refinance, and they give you a stack of papers that big, and they expect you to sign here, and they want you to do it fast, because they don't want you to see that in that they've hidden special little terms and conditions, and we're gonna get your house basically at the end of this, because we're gonna raise your interest rates whether you like it or not, sometime down the road, and we can raise it as much as we want, because right now it's so low that when we do raise it, it's just going to put it back at like regular rates, and then they raise it even higher because, well, they have. And that's how people end up going from $600 mortgage payments to $1,600 mortgage payments within a 6 to 8 month span. And that's what happened to my parents. You can't keep up with that. And, yeah, foreclosed, gone. And now you see people living on the streets. Empty houses. I was in, an area which is like a housing development. It's down the hill from me. They built all these houses in the last 10-15 years. I think they developed something like 300 houses. A third of them are empty, for sale, for years now. Why can't these people live in these homes? Why can't we get these people off the street? And where are the good Christians out there, right? The ones who are supposed to be caring for the weak and the poor and the sick. Where's all that money going? That's all the churchgoers tied, not to helping who God said to help, right? No, it's getting lined up in gilded churches and hiding naughty priests and pastors from public view, and teleblasting people, guilting them into sending money to help the poor, but they're never really helping the poor. I saw a story a couple weeks ago about a church closing its soup kitchen because it didn't want to encourage homeless people or vagabonds to be dependent on getting a free meal on them every week. It wasn't the right use of funds or whatever. Wow. What? Okay. Sure. No. This is one of the reasons why I had to leave being a religious person. I couldn't stand the hypocrisy that when you live in such poverty and you hear that you're not supposed to want for material things, and you're not supposed to idolize things, and you're not supposed to do all this stuff, and yet the church itself does the very things we aren't supposed to do. I didn't know how to take that message. When you walk in a church and it has gold everywhere, or paint everywhere, and gilded ceilings, and friggin' beautiful benches, you know what I'm saying. When you walk in a church and you go, wow, this is nicer than like any house I could ever imagine living in. Look, why do they need that? Why aren't they doing what they're supposed to do? By what, Jesus said to do, to help people, and to forget materialistic things, and to go out and you know, share the word of God, not to be sitting in golden churches and praying and just not actually doing anything to change the world. Wasn't that the purpose? We're supposed to change the world and make it a peaceful place, a better place. I don't see that anywhere. I see poverty, I see despair, I see anger from people who have worked their whole lives, 20, 30 years, 40 years, and have nothing to show for it. You know, car payments, and student loans, and debt that will pass on to their children. What the fuck? Ew. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's all there is to it. I try to help the people when I can. I don't have much, but I still have more than they do, and I can still give something. And I do when I can, and I wish I could do more. And it hurts my heart to see people standing there begging because there really is no other option. There are no jobs out there. And the jobs that are available don't even pay a living wage. You know, minimum wage is bullshit. It was bullshit, you know, when I was working years ago, and it's still bullshit now. You know, Maine is talking about raising it to $9 an hour by 2016. It's 2013. $9 an hour right now isn't a living wage. Not with oil to be paid for, or firewood, or however you heat your house. Heat to pay for anyway. Electricity, and all your utilities otherwise. And if you live in the city, then you have gas and sewerage, and if you have dump service, and then you have, you know, car insurance, health insurance, dental insurance. Some people who work have a long-term disability insurance that they pay into. Never mind taxes and Social Security that you pay into, and everything. So that by the time you get your paycheck, you're getting only 80%, if that. And then you have to make it stretch to pay for all those crazy weird bills and insurances that you have to pay for. And then you